It's fine. It's everyone processes things at their own time, right? All you elite normal reaction people, don't pick on the slow guy back there, right? The guy's on delay, right? He's watching streaming the fucking show right now, right? He's like, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna do it on YouTube, okay?
He was born in 27 weeks.
He was born in 27 weeks? Oh, you mean like you were in the womb for 27 weeks? What is that, 4 months, right? Yeah. Wait, what is that? Oh, the worst days. Oh my God. 27, 28 divided by 7. No, 7. That's not that bad.
Honestly though, it's like, I don't know. Like, I think some people do it because they have some interest in in liberal arts, whether it's theater or acting, whatever. But it's like, you know, I was a guy that did it, but I also was like, I was very serious about it. Like, that's when like all my shit, like that's when I was like going to class all the time. I was getting like really good grades because I actually found like I was actually like I always wanted to do acting and creative writing, and now that I was actually like doing it and like it was like I had grades dependent on it and shit. Like I don't know, it was exciting, and I just that's why I got my life together. Damn. The first time I got paid, it was like I got $50 to do a show in like Rockland County, and but that doesn't, you know, I didn't feel like I was able to make a living off it. I guess I didn't feel like I could make a living off it, really a living off it, until like 2 years ago when on social media, like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok, they were all paying like a shit ton of money for people to post reels. And I just had all these videos get millions and millions and millions of views. And I just had this crazy year of just like social media money. I got money from like, I had an album that went on Sirius XM. I had all these acting residuals and shit. So I just had a crazy ass. I thought I was gonna be rich, man. I was like walking around buying anything I wanted. I was kicking homeless people. Like
kicking homeless people.
I was like, nothing can touch me, and now I'm poor again.
What was your first ignorant purchase? Like
my ignorant purchase?
Like what? Like something that you shouldn't buy, but you're like, fuck it, I'm rich. Let me buy it.
Probably just fucking. I think I got those Travis Scott fragments. I just like I didn't get them on the sneakers app because that's not possible.
Nah.
And I wanted them so bad.
All the bots got it.
Yeah, and I mean, also like they only make 14 pairs and 6 billion people want them. So, you know, whoa, you can't get them. We don't know what happened. It's like you didn't make any fucking any of them. And I just like this is when I was making a lot of money, and I just what was it, like 11 grand? Not 11 grand. What the fuck am I saying? Not 11. That's crazy. No, I spent like 1,000, like 1,100. That's what I meant.
1,100.
I just missed the drop, and like I was just like, I already know if I wait. I mean, I just looked at a pair now. Like they're like 1,800 now. So I was just like, just fuck
it. Fuck it. Yeah, here.
I was making, but my mentality was like that. At that point, I was making a lot of money. So I was just like, dude, like I make this. Like I make like 5 times this, 6 times this in like a month. Like I don't have to like this. Like I'll be fine. You know, this weekend I have this show, and like I'll just work extra hard to sell extra merchandise. And I love those. Like one of my favorite shoes. Like I wear them. They're beating the shit. That's how you know. That's how I knew it was a good purchase when I actually wear them and shit. You know.
So like you pay what you said 1,100, and like they're like cooked now.
They're pretty cooked now, yeah.
Fucked up? Damn.
They're all scuffed up and fucked up. Yeah,
you gotta go you gotta get one of those things like the what's them websites where they like fly your sneakers.
I don't fuck. No,
yeah, the Reshoevnator. You gotta go holler at one of those guys.
I like when they're worn. I like them better when they're worn. I think it gives a character. It also shows that like there's something. It shows that this is not your life. Like this is your this shoe is in your life. Like
so can you pull up to a woman with confidence with like Cook, Travis Scott, like fragment?
Bro, you should see how I dress. You should see how I dress like I dress like a piece of shit all the time, dude. Like I wore baggy cargo pants yesterday.
What? Nah, is it 05, bro? Baggy cargo?
I just don't give a shit, dude. It's not hard to get women in New York if you have a thing if you have like something going on. Like Right now, I just got a relationship, so I have no interest.
It's mad material you got. Oh my god.
I know, but I don't even know how to like. Right now, it's too emotional. Like I tried it the other day. I'm talking about like, she bitch, blah, blah,
get on stage and just start crying. Like,
yeah, bro, that's how it felt like. Like it was crazy because we had broken up and I've been thinking about it, and I was okay with it, and then I went to a therapy session where we were talking about, and I was like, I started crying. And then like 2 hours, like not even 2, like 45 minutes after this therapy session, I was on stage and I was trying to do the jokes I was doing all week that were doing fine. And I could tell the crowd was just like,
I was like, damn, he's going through it.
Yeah.
he needs a hug.
And I had to pivot.
What would you do like if you were like, you know, you're dealing with your breakup and like you just frying your ex and then like someone just comes up and like gives you a hug type shit?
I mean, that'd be really nice. You mean on stage?
Yeah, on stage. Like you just frying your
I would hope someone's recording it so we can put it on Instagram. But
comedian fries ex gets hugged from fans.
Yeah. But I'm not even, it wasn't even like, cause that you can't do. It's like if all this shit I'm saying is actually really sad, and that's even worse. Like there's one thing to be like, fuck her, like she did this, she did that, and people are like, oh God, like Jesus.
Nah, you type, even though you're sad, because I'm dealing with a break. Oh, this is gonna be a great episode.
Yeah.
Dealing with a breakup.
No,
you gotta cook your ex. Like you gotta like.
No, there's nothing listen. Here's the thing. It's like I try to. So as a comedian, this is what I try to do with like my bits. Like I try to look at it from my point of view. Then I try to see where other people could dispute it. And then I try to make ways to like make sure no one's like, but, and I'm like, I'm fucking ready. Fuck you, right? So I try to cover every part so no one can like get me or whatever, you know? But in terms of heckler, yeah, I was doing a joke about where I'm on the subway and a guy's asking everyone for money, and then I'm the one person he didn't ask. So I'm all like, fuck, this guy thinks
that's kind of fucked up. Why you
exactly. But like, as I'm doing the joke, I have an ending to like, I know where like, there's a point of me telling this, and then some guy goes, "Did you dress like that?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was." And he goes, "No wonder." And then I'm like, just shut the fuck up. Like,
what did he do? What did he do?
I was just like, yeah, just because I'm dressed like this doesn't mean I don't have money. And then everyone was like, "Ooh," and I was like, no, you guys are tards. Like, just shut up. It's horrible. And then the best part is like I have these jokes about going to China, and then the same guy goes, "Whoa, no." I'm like, what is it now? And he goes, we kind of got a thing with China. And I'm like,
aren't you half Asian? Which is
exactly. Bro,
it's Chinese and Spanish, right? Chinese and
but you
Spanish.
wouldn't believe, like, he's just like, so I'm doing a joke about how the population's declining, and he goes, "Good." I'm like, what the fuck
is wrong with it?
Yeah.
You should have just like, hold on. You should have brought him on stage. Like, is everything good, my guy?
No, because you can't, because you like, it's like dealing with a person with Down syndrome. You're just like, okay, yeah, all right, woo. And so when I go China, he goes, "Oh,
not China."
But I was like, what the fuck is that about?
Did he have on a MAGA hat?
No, this is what I'm probably in his asshole. But this is what happened. So like, I'm like, okay, that's weird. And then I'm like continuing, and then some lady goes, "He said that because of COVID." I'm like, that's fucking 3 years ago.
I don't know.
My God.
They said COVID coming with the remix. I don't know.
Is it coming back?
I don't know. They making them wear masks in Florida, or they trying to. But
in Florida?
Yeah, like Florida, Atlanta, like certain like private businesses is like, yeah, we got to mask up again. I'm like, nah, bro.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard about that.
Not doing that shit.
I haven't heard about that. But yeah, it was yeah, so just answer your question, heckle. Oh, I get it all the time. But there's variations. There's heckles where it's like you can deal with it easier than others. There's heckles that don't even matter. They're just like people like. But you deal with it so much. Like I know how to deal with it. Like
also like secondhand. Like
yeah, it's like so. Yesterday's situation was a matter of like the whole crowd was kind of just not great. So when someone heckles you, they already don't really respect the show. So you can't kind of like turn on them, you have to kind of like play along, play dumb, If you watch anything on social media that grabs your interest, there's always conflict. So if you see like a fire or something, on your video, you're like, what the hell happened? It's like, But so if you see someone up there, like if you go on your phone and you're just at home and you just see someone go, I went to the store the other day, you'd be like, I don't give a shit. But if it comes up and you go, is that your sister? No, it's my wife or whatever. You're like, what the hell? Like it's a conflict. So people are naturally going to like pay attention more, you know? And the way the algorithms work is like they reward retention. So the longer you watch something, then the algorithms go, oh, this must be worthy content because people are staying on our app and we can sell them more ads. So I learned that it's like, I mean, it's just totally random, like in terms of like what does well, what doesn't well. Like all the videos I was like, just who cares? Always does well. And the videos I'm like, I think there's something here. And it usually never does well. But it's always changing. Like it used to be just like, I used to just tell jokes on there to my phone and then they would always do well. And now it's more like, it's more about retention rate. And now is way more competition. Like when I did Instagram Reels, no one even knew what it was.
It was like a brand new thing.
Yeah, I remember everyone was like, Instagram Reels, I'm just going to make
now you got
videos. There was video and Reels.
Now you got YouTube Shorts, TikTok.
Yeah, all that shit.
Facebook Shorts.
All that shit. I was the first one on YouTube Shorts too. I got like 10,000 followers, and now there's 6-7 billion people doing shorts now. So I got a lot of my following just from like kind of getting in early, and now it's too much competition.
Is it like a lot of comedians like play it safe? Is that like the best way to be a comedian, or does comedians still have to like live on the edge?
If you want to like blow up on social media, I think you can be safe. That's probably a better way because a lot of that stuff is kind of, they filter out dirty stuff kind of. But if you want to be a good comedian, no, you have to say not crazy shit, but you have to be truthful with,
and be real,
yeah, which is crazy shit now. So
which is crazy.
You got to take risks. That's in comedy. You have to take risks. If you don't take any risk in comedy, or if you're just trying to be agreeable, you're not going to be a good comic. I mean, there's a lot of comics that I see every day. It's like I watch their sets and they're not saying anything but all like the shit that we hear, like they'll go up there and be like, women are smarter than men, what's another one that we always hear from people? Oh, white people are stupid. Karen, like they just do all that. Like just right.
Yeah.
No, and it's just agreeable clap, blah blah blah. Like, I'm in therapy. I'm weird. Like, yeah,
everyone is in therapy.
Yeah, like God forbid you're a normal person that gets laid and has a cool good life. Like God forbid. Like it just has to be funny. Once it's funny, and like I said, like
that is kind of true. If the joke is funny, like people will be like, yo, like. When someone says something like really like stupid and racist and it doesn't like make me laugh, it's like I get them the fuck out of it. But if I chuckle to it, like Donald Trump has said a lot of like the funniest shit in the world.
He's in it.
When he went to Puerto Rico and was shooting the paper towels, fucked up situation, but it was the funniest shit.
Well, that's comedy.
He had perfect form. Like he was like, he has Melo's jump shot. Like holy shit.
But like that's textbook comedy because it's such a serious thing, and he's what the fuck?
I'm like, yo,
yeah, that's why it's funny.
Get this motherfucker in the 3-point contest. Like holy shit.
Right. But if like with good jokes usually are rooted in truth. So if it's like I said earlier, it's like if I have an idea for a joke, let's say it is like something that's going to be offensive. It's like then I think, okay, how can this be disputed all the ways? And I try to make sure that I'm like factually correct. Or like it's just like, there are plenty of things people won't say but they'll feel, and you'll be surprised. You'll be able to get people on your side if you go up there and you say it. I mean, you came to my special taping. I have like a kind of I don't know, 8 minutes, 10 minutes bit of stuff where I'm just like, I'm saying all this stuff about how this person got offended at something I said. This person got offended, and I'll just say what they got offended by. And like, I guess if you were online, you'd be like, I agree with that person. But then when you say it out loud to a group of people in real life, they're just like, yeah, that's the dumbest thing I've ever, I can't, like.
You know what's the worst? Yeah. When someone says something online that you agree with and they're getting like killed, then it's like, shit, I kind of agree with that.
Yeah, but you don't back them up because you don't want to get.
Nah, you don't want to get that. He got like 900 comments calling him a bunch of pieces of shit. You're an asshole. fuck you.
It's terrible.
And then people will start inboxing you. It's like, you know what? Nah, bro.
You know what I hate too? This happened to me the other day. I just had this dumb thought. Like, I was at the gym and I saw this like personal trainer that was like a heavy set personal trainer, right? Just
Get a fat personal trainer.
out of not just out of shape.
He's a,
Not with
shoes leaning, like wobbling to the side.
just a lot of the shirt didn't fit. Is what I'll say. And I just have my thought in my mind. I'm just like, I don't understand. Like, I wouldn't want my personal trainer. Blah blah blah. And then I was kind of like had this idea. It's like then my mind's getting all stupid. I'm just like, it's like if you were like, it's like if I was trying to hire a real estate agent and they were like homeless.
That makes no sense.
It makes no sense, right? But obviously, I know it's like people that they can be personal trainer. Maybe it's obviously I know, but I just thought like that was a funny thing. And then everyone I've told this idea to is like, yeah, I've always thought that. Oh yeah. But then I posted like as a tweet, and then someone was like, wow,
fuck you.
No, they were like,
how dare you body shame that man?
Well, they're like, well, maybe they just know how to do yoga and blah blah. I'm like, yeah, I know, it's just a joke. You're not really getting what I'm trying to do here. And they're like, oh no, I get it, but it's like you're discriminating, blah blah. I'm like, don't weaponize your fucking words. Like, don't weaponize your woke words. You're discriminating. I'm like, that's like that's why when someone goes, oh, you're late. What are you, racist? It's just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you trying to win your point by being an asshole? Like, that shit bothers me so much when people do that.
Like, I mean, I'm all for like, people being like conscious, but a lot of the woke shit do be like funny. Like, just to watch
it's hilarious now. I think back in the day, not even back, but pretty recently, people would be like, oh my God. I think now when people do it, people are like, do you see this fucking person? This is ridiculous. This is absurd.
Like what kills me now, like this might get us canceled. Like
that's fine. We need attention.
Fuck that. So like when people come out and say like they're like, I identify as like non-binary, or like when Wayne Brady just said like he's pansexual.
Hey, I'm out, man.
He said, Wayne Brady just said
this thing off.
Wayne Brady just said he was pansexual. I'm like, okay.
Wayne Brady did?
Yeah, like I'm pansexual. He was like, he's pansexual. I'm like,
I gotta go watch that Chappelle Show episode again.
I'm like, what the fuck does that? I'm like, what the fuck does that mean, bro? Like,
Remember the one joke I did in my set where the girl came out to me as cisgender? And then I asked her what that meant, and she just basically meant like I identify with the gender I was born, and then I identify as the sexuality I was born. So I was like, "You're straight." So you didn't like. That's where that the whole joke was like, you don't have to be politically correct to be straight. Like, I don't understand.
So, what's your favorite like city to go to for comedy?
I like LA. Not for comedy, just because. Well, for comedy, but LA is really nice, man. I mean, I want to move there one day.
All the comedians want to move to LA.
Well, have you been to LA?
No, but I see why.
It's just the weather really is the big thing. I mean, like it literally feels perfect. Like New York, it's always too cold, or it's too hot,
or too humid,
or it smells like shit. Over in LA. Too hard to, everything's just
not really.
Not in New York.
Not in New York. You could go around the corner and the guy could just get you weed.
But yeah. Well, LA, everyone has like joints on them all the time. So it's like when cigarettes were like $3 a pack. You hear bum one, take it, whatever the fuck. Like,
hold on, y'all bumming joints in LA? That's funny.
Yeah, people just smoke all the time. And the best part is like the weather's great, but it's a show business town. So everyone's on board with being a screenwriter, an actor, performer. Out here, people are still like finance people. People here are construction workers and shit. And like, no. I'm saying it's like, but for me, it's like, because I'm in comedy, it's like, it still feels weird when you're like, oh, I'm a comedian out here, and then people are like, oh, really? How was that? And over there, it's like, I'm a comedian. It's like, oh, great, like cool. It's so, oh, where's your next show? Do you perform at the Comedy Store? It's like, and the crowds come, and they're a little easier because they're all like, oh, is this gonna be the next star? It's gonna be the next. In New York, you perform comedy, people are like, let's go! Like, come on, where's your fucking joke? That sucked. What the hell is this?
Fuck up. I got shit to do.
Yeah, this is bullshit. I paid money. Come on. I performed at the Comedy Store in LA. It's a great club. I performed in the original room and the belly room. They have 3 rooms. The original room it's all great, but the shows actually aren't. They're tough. They're a little tough. The shows. I think if you perform in the main room, that's where like Joe Rogan and Sebastian Maniscalco perform. So I think the crowd's a little more excited. But in the original room, in the belly room, it's kind of like, I feel like there's an energy of like, we didn't get into the main room show, so we're here, and these are like little lesser known comics. And sometimes the shows go on for like 4-5 hours. And a lot of times I've gone there. I'm a guest, like I visit, so like I get put on the end of the show, and like at that point, people have left, people are tired, people are making out with each other, and you know, it can be a little tougher.
They're fucking at the Camacho shows. That's crazy,
bro. You'll be surprised, man.
It's the wild. You probably see some wild shit.
My material just gets people going. You know,
your comedian shows are aphrodisiacs. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Top 5. I think I don't know. This isn't without any order, but I think Bill Burr, Chappelle, Louis.
Damn, all the controversial motherfuckers. He said Bill
Not
Burr.
really. Bill Burr's not conscious. I guess he's
He
had
pushes
some.
the envelope. Louis C.K. is kind of handsy. Pause.
Yeah,
And shit.
I see what you did there. Chappelle, Dave Attell. He's like a New York City club guy that's like so funny, like just literally the funniest human being in the world. I'm trying to think who else. Like, I'm not a great comedy historian, to be honest, but those are 4 that come off my top of my head. I'm trying to think who else I just makes me laugh really, really fucking hard. Not really. I think he's okay. I mean, I don't have a problem, but I just I don't really I haven't watched a lot of his stuff. What's his name? Sebastian Maniscalco, his early stuff really, really is so funny. Like Dane Cook's early stuff was really funny too.
I hate Dane Cook.
His stuff now is not great,
Yo,
but dude, that vicious circle was hilarious,
it
bro.
takes Dane Cook like 4 years to get to the joke. Like,
yeah, but his vicious circle one was great, dude. The one that when he was like got really famous. Like everything else after has been tough. Is out? Oh yes, I remember that.
yeah, they tried to put me on the Dane Cook like it's the funniest shit in the world. I was like, this is what you told me. Like,
Yeah, but it's like Kevin Hart almost. Like Kevin Hart's early stuff was so good, and now the stuff he puts out now, it's tough to watch. I don't even think they edit it the right way. They don't edit it like a comedy show. They really
it's still, to me, it's still like funny like pieces and like Kevin Hart shit. I think he just like Kevin Hart kind of reminds you of like the pop star that like he was like super dope back in the day. Now he's just like super like pop, and it's like it's gonna sell, but it's not as good as he was back then.
It must be so hard for him for stand up because like I mean I don't know, but it's like he hustles for sure, but it's like I mean he's doing all these commercials, he's doing all these movies, and he's doing stand. Like how much time do you have in a day really? Like as a comedian. Well, you got to write the jokes, and then you got to go out, and then you also, he's so famous, like wherever he goes, people are going to be like, no, you got to perform, you have to have some adversity with material, so I think, you know, even if his stuff, he's just doing stuff, people are laughing because he gets a little bit of that star stuff.
He's a star, he's like you could say he's a megastar.
Oh,
he's a megastar, yeah.
Dude,
so like he's out of here. Yeah.
Did you hear he raced some football player? I think
he tore his
fucking whole lower ab or some shit.
Yeah, he was in a wheelchair. Like I think like Kevin Hart, like bits like that are like funny. Just think like his stand up doesn't hit the same.
I love when, and this is like some of my favorite Chappelle bits are when he one of my favorite ones is when he was talking about his kid liking Kevin Hart and trying to get. He was like, "Dad, can you give me Kevin Hart tickets?" And he's just like, "I'm a fucking comedian too." You know, but like just to see like someone that's so famous like have just normal problems. Yeah, that's stuff I like. Like I like when Bill Burr talks about problems with his wife and his kids. Like I don't know.
It's super relatable. Yeah,
Sebastian, you know Sebastian Maniscalco?
Somewhat. The name sounds familiar. If I see the face, I probably know who it is.
He's got all these jokes about like, you know how when you go to the mall and then people are like, you know, they get the Cinnabon and they're just eating it out of the bag as they're walking, and he just does all these act outs like, out of the fucking bag. What's wrong with you? You know? And it's just so funny because like it's just everyday little things, and he's able to just make them like really funny, you know? So
would you ever like think about getting into like TV and movies?
I've done some TV shows. I've done a couple movies, but it's literally like yes. Long story short, yes. I mean, right now it's kind of tough just because with the strike.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Right now, I'm really just kind of like obsessed with stand up. But also, it's like I used to audition a lot for like all these shows, like FBI. What else? Law and Order, iRobot, all these Netflix things.
What would you wanted to do in Law and Order?
Oh, dude, I had
to shoot somebody. Like
a lot of it's just small bullshit, like Hustler 3 or like Bike Guy 2.
Hustler 3.
A couple lines here and there. Yeah, just small role shit. I've auditioned for these things.
They would definitely typecast me as some shit.
I get a lot of Uber Eats. I get that a lot.
Yeah, I would be typecast as Thug 1, Bouncer 2, like shit like that. Yeah, definitely.
The show business casting is the most racist thing ever, but
it's nasty.
Yeah, like we're looking for an Asian guy. You're not Asian enough. Get out. You're like, whoa. Now they're not allowed to ask you your race.
Really?
Yeah, but they just they just assume, which is I think worse. But
so you get more like Asian, like you're assumed to be more Asian, even though you're half.
No, I mean in general, it's like they'll just be like, we need to I mean like when you get like an audition, it'll say the character name and then like their age range and then like what race or what skin complexion, and it'll just say what exactly they're looking for. It'll be like, we're looking for a Latino, Hispanic, light skin, small eye, like they'll just say all this shit, 20 to 30, like, and then you just have to look
the part,
whatever they thought of. Yeah, it's pretty
fucked up.
Yeah, I don't know how, but that like, I in a weird way, it's like if that's what they thought of for that role, it's like it's like, well, how else are you going to describe it to someone?
Somebody,
just use your imagination of what we thought of. Like, what the fuck? No,
like, why can't it be like a green person? Like, why can't it be a green tall guy? That just does some shit. Like.
It's weird because we people get upset, but then it's also like we want things to be as authentic as possible.
That's true.
So then people get upset when they're trying to be real. It's like, okay, if you want us to cast like the most realistic stuff, these are like whatever the people that look like that do that stuff, and then people are like, well, that's offensive. You can't say it. It's like, well, but then if something is out of frame or something looks inauthentic, people are like, this really took me out of it, man. Unbelievable, not believable at all.
Where do you see comedy going in the next like 5 years?
Right now, it's in this phase where it almost feels like anyone can do it because it's so popular. There's so many outlets and so many people that aren't like I don't want to say aren't comedians, but like there's a lot of like I think back in the day. Not that I've been around forever, but it's like it felt like even before I started, maybe around where I started, if you did comedy, it's because you wanted to be good in a nightclub and tell jokes and be funny, right? Make people laugh, crack people up. Now it does seem like you have people who are not doing, like we have TV stars that aren't doing well, that are doing stand up. You have TikTokers doing stand up. Which is
some of the TikTokers can't do stand up.
They can't. It's an art form that but they can sell tickets and then and sometimes whatever they do on TikTok they just do at the club, and like the clubs are almost like rental spaces for these people. They're not really doing stand up like you see at a nightclub in New York, So right now it's a bit there's so many comedians, and I think everything's kind of cyclical. I think at a certain point all these people that are like, I'll make a few bucks touring, they don't really like to do stand up. They'll drop eventually, and then they'll just keep doing TikToks or whatever the fuck they'll do.
Whatever's the new app, because 5 years from now, it's going to be like some new shit.
I also see a trend where like even 5 years ago, if you were at a club and like you said something, offensive or says something edgy, people would really, really freak out and kind of get mad. But now I think people are coming because they don't know what's true when they watch the news and they're at work and they have to put on their HR hat all the time, and they're being like, they can't be real. Everyone's being phony around them, so they're coming to the club. So like, please let me hear some slurs. You know,
they want to hear the heat. You know what I think is crazy now? I think because like the world is so like it's divided between that you got to either be this, you got to be that. Like you said, a lot of like the fake news. A lot of like we're just like being like warped, but like all this crazy information that you might want to go to the comedy club to hear some jokes.
People just want the truth. Like people are like imagine if you were dating someone and they lied to you about where they were, they cheated on you. Like, wouldn't you be mad? Wouldn't you be like, just tell me the fuck? I just want to hear the truth for fuck's sake, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's what it feels like now. It's like you don't know what to believe on the news, and it's not like the news is lying. It's just like you have news that's like biased. And then you have so many outlets that are saying all this shit. Like, if you want to like get a perspective on something, let's say you're like, I think this about, let's say you want to be like, Kevin Hart didn't race that guy. Blah, 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 blah. You can find an article that'll say it didn't happen. And then if there's an article, you can find the article that says the opposite. So,
or you could be like Kevin Hart's clone raced the football player. Type
right. There's just so much, and you don't know what to believe. And like a lot of us feels like, you know, especially with these past elections, with the like who the fuck is in charge? What the fuck is being told? Like with the vaccine stuff and like COVID.
Not even that. Like we have, they just said that we have aliens now, and they just
no one cares.
No one said anything.
No one gives a shit anymore. We're too worried about our own fucking lives. It's like, yeah, as long as they don't, fuck my girlfriend, I'm fine.
Oh, you know, like can they pay rent? Fuck it. You're on Earth.
Yeah. Someone owns that land you crash landed in. You know, we're gonna have to take it to court.
Imagine if aliens were paying rent at Area 51. You know how tight they should be.
Oh, dude,
you just can't. We don't know what the fucking alien planet looks like. They crashed, landed, and they say, you know what, here's your mortgage. Right. You have to pay tax.
Right. So you got to get approved. You don't have good credit, Mr. Alien. Wait, so I've heard about this, but I'm just like everyone else. I haven't even looked into it. I don't care. It's like, so they found real aliens?
They like admitted that they have UFOs and non-human life.
This is another thing too. It's like, I don't know, when did this come out?
Like, was it like last month or a couple months ago? It came out in the summer.
They love when these things happen, or they love when stupid shit like Barbie comes out, or like when what's her name, Brittany Griner gets detained. They're just like, great, just don't focus on how the government's being run. Just let's just focus on this news topic for a while. Like, I'm sure they like anything to distract us from like what's really going on, or like just like whatever, the lady on that plane who's freaking out because she thinks she sees a dude in there, and then that's distracting people. Everyone's on their phone.
That is like
who's
so
this
funny.
chick?
Yeah, I just feel like comedians right now have like so much like material to just grab from for like all the shit I just see.
It's crazy, dude. I mean, sometimes like I've done this where I've gone on TikTok and just watched like whatever videos going viral, and then I'll have like, I have 3 ideas for jokes.
Yeah, I have jokes. Like I have my whole special written right now.
I remember that day when the lady, I had a joke about that, and then there was the submarine shit that just happened.
That I ain't gonna lie, like it's fucked up, but that's the funny. Like it's like they really paid $250,000
Yeah,
to sit in like the worst submarine ever. Like,
yeah, it's weird because if someone was like, do you want to do it? I would be like, that'd be pretty cool. But I think when it would actually come down to it, and if I was a billionaire and the money didn't matter, I'd be like, man, maybe
it's the fact that they had all this money and it's like, this is the best we could do. Like,
with the shit, yeah,
the controller.
The controller was crazy.
A Sega Genesis controller the submarine. You ever had like the PS2 controllers that wasn't the PS2 controllers, but it worked for the PlayStation?
Yes.
They had
The bootleg ones. Yeah,
they had one of those.
Logitechs.
Yeah, they had one of those for the submarine.
Yeah, it's the thing about that is like that's stupid, but it's like the company that was like making them, like they just like neglected so many, like they just wanted the people's money. They didn't care. They're so ignorant to like the safety.
In the release form, it said death like 90 times before like.
Yeah, and then they were just
the
like
third page like death, you might die. We're not liable if you die.
Yeah. People just want money.
You'll die quickly in the world. It's like, fam, like if I'd have seen death 3 times for like, nah. Yo, as soon as that shit went in, it just combusted.
Oh no, they were gone. Like apparently they were gone like 1 nanosecond.
God bless the dead, but damn, I'm not. There's better ways to like go out. I'm not.
But you don't even feel anything. In a weird way, they paid. It's like they paid to just
to die. Like
have the easiest death. Yeah.
that's fucked up.
No, it's brutal, and like I couldn't believe when it came out, everyone was making fun of it because I was thinking like, can people make fun of this? This is really bad.
But it's society. Like they make 9/11 jokes. Like,
well, when 9/11 first happened, no one made jokes.
I mean, no one made jokes.
Yeah.
I mean, they jumped people for just not being patriotic. You're not patriotic. Like,
Yeah.
just fighting people. And now they're like they literally make 9/11 jokes.
People love, but when it's billionaires, like people, it's just okay because people hate people that are doing better than them. So they want to hate and like listen. Of course I do too. Like I don't know. Like, we always have those thoughts. You know, it's like like I saw someone like some really hot chick today, and I was thinking like, oh man, she's so hot, and I was like, she's all like like she had like the training bra on with the tight shorts and shit. She's just half naked basically.
Or the wrestler outfits, the training bra with the
and I'm like, oh, she's fucking hot, and I was like, who the fuck do you think you are dressing like? And I'm just like, I'm already mad. But I'm just mad I can't fuck her probably. You know, I'm just like,
I mean,
that's how we are. It's like, gosh, she's so hot, so fucking hot.
She probably has a fucking boyfriend. She won't look my way.
Oh, she probably fucks billionaires. God damn it, you know.
The whole time we just don't know. She might like fuck a comedian.
We don't know.
You never know.
We don't know. But it's a natural thing to kind of, we're almost like the defending ourselves from like rejection. So it's like when someone's a gajillion, it's hard to look at things that make us kind of reflect on ourselves. So when we see someone that's a billionaire, I think you kind of go, they have a lot of money. I don't have a lot of money. And then you start self-reflecting and you try to be like, well, fuck that, blah, blah, blah. You know, and like that's just natural, but it's like, you know, you should know you should know, and so that's why I thought it was fucked up that people were like, so like these people have families, you know, like idiots. I mean, idiots. I'm
one
like,
of the guys' stepson was like at a concert, like,
oh, that was great. Well, that's the problem though. It's like you gotta. That's, you know, there are some people that have that much money. They don't think anything bad. There's no consequence to anything they do.
That is
so
true.
It's like, yeah, I'll just go to a concert and I'll just DM an OnlyFans model. No, who cares? Nothing bad's ever. He's never been reprimanded. Money's fixed all his problems. He has no concept of like this is
crazy.
Stupid.
DMing an OnlyFans model after your stepdad dies is crazy.
Oh, and he was like, no, this is when they were still searching for the body, and he was like, like sit on my face, pray for my family to be found on Twitter, like publicly.
Hey, listen, we all heal and mourn in different ways, man. You know, some people cry, some people eat a chick's ass from OnlyFans.
That'll probably make me feel a little better, honestly.
So after you like bomb, like you know, you saw like a couple bad jokes, you just DM some chick on OnlyFans. Like, my stand-up special was terrible. Instead of getting in the line, let me just eat your ass.
That would make me feel better if ass eating.
Is it hard to date as a comedian?
I mean, I just got out of something that was a long-term relationship.
Did she hit you with the you think everything's a fucking joke?
No.
Oh, nah.
No. No, it actually worked out really well. Like she had her own like career that she was really invested in, and it was just kind of like she got how busy I was, and I got how busy she was. It was other things that kind of didn't work out. But dating as a comedian normally, it's like, yeah, I feel like most people they go out on weekends. They go out, a night is when they're off, but comedians, we work every weekend. And
you work at night on the weekend.
We work at night. We're really non-committal to plans because, sometimes our schedules aren't booked until the week before, even like 4 or 5 days before. We have something come up last minute. So, a lot of people, they can't live like that. Like, they can't live with you being gone all the time, whether it's jealousy or they just want more love or just the whole, So, yeah, it does make that a little hard. And then it's the money thing too. It's like most people I think in New York are a little smart. They know comedians, unless you're like super successful, they know it's probably like something that doesn't make a lot of money, a little uncertainty. And, as a dude, not to say like, like the girl I was dating before, like I was making more money than her, but she was like a neuroscientist PhD student.
Holy shit.
So yeah, so everyone was like, oh, she's like, pretty much, oh, she's so much better than you. Like
Smart as fuck, yeah.
Right. But yeah, it is that tough thing of like, if you're dating as a guy, like, there is that thing. I think it's just like, if you're not making a lot of money, it does just feel like it's harder to date, Not to say you have to make more money than women to date. I'm not saying that, but it's just like, I don't know. There's still that weird.
Kinda, you might have.
It just feels. What do you do for work? And then if you go, oh, I'm a doctor, I'm a financer, I'm a Wall Street. People, it's like, whoa, you make a lot of money, you can take care of me. But it's like, if you go, I'm a comedian, then that's not really there, So, my ex actually liked me for who I was more than my money thing,
Aw.
Yeah, not anymore, but.
Damn.
In the beginning, it's literally like when you're just new, when you're just starting out, it's all about just getting on stage as much as you can, like whatever you can do. In New York's great. You can literally get on stage at open mics 5 times a night. Like there's no you can do it every night, and that's what you should do. Just as much stage time as possible. Start as soon as possible. The earlier you start, the better. So if you're like, oh, maybe I'll do it for my New Year's resolution. Or my 96th birthday, I'll do it. It's like, no, just fucking start as soon as possible. Like, the more stage time you get, the better you're going to be. And you're only going to learn on stage. There's no book. There's no class. There's no picking my brain as much as possible. That's going to make you get any better. Like, you have to just learn. Because I can tell you all this shit, but you're not going to understand what I'm saying until it's actually happening to you on stage, And then you have to go through it like 4 or 5 times, before you... So I would just say in the beginning, you just got to get up as much as possible. And then once just slowly start building a set that's really, really good, that like works everywhere. So build a 5-minute set of material that no matter where you go, no matter where people put you in the world, they could drop you in a street corner. If some asshole goes, tell me a joke, you're a comedian. Like you can tell them that joke and they'll laugh. Like,
do you hate that when someone says tell me a joke?
it depends. Some days I'm like, I'll give you a joke, and some days I'm like, dude, I don't want to do it right now.
Tell me something funny, please. Like,
yeah, it does. It says more about the other person when they say that. They're just like, you're just a fucking
dick. Like, get the fuck out
yeah,
my face.
Yeah, you're just dumb. It's also their way. I think it's their way of like trying to alpha you. They're like, whoa, prove yourself. It's just like I don't need to. But yeah, it's just about getting on stage, and then once you have 5 minutes, then make it more, because like the slots are usually like in the city, the spots are usually 10 minutes to 15 minutes. When you go on the road, there are spots where you can open the show that are 10 minutes, then you can middle, which is 20, 30 minutes, and then you can headline, which is 45 minutes to an hour. So you just kind of keep building material that's really good for those amounts of times, and just whatever way you got to do it. If you got to go on the road, if you got to go in the city, just keep doing it. And that's it. All the other shit, like the business shit, you shouldn't even think about until you have a set, and then the business stuff, like how to get a name out there. I mean, that's a whole nother story for another day. But I just filmed my special that was an hour, and I've been doing comedy for 9 years.
Really?
It was about 9 years. But it's crazy because like I had about like 45 minutes to an hour like a few years ago, but you're just constantly evolving, like, so it's like you'll get to a point where it's like you have all this material that doesn't speak to you anymore. So that's got to go. Or let's say you have single material, you have a girlfriend, that's got to go. So to build it to a point where it's like an hour and it's all relevant and it feels like you like it still, and it's like relevant with the times too. That might take a little longer than just like building just material. But yeah, I would say 9 years. I mean, the first few years don't even really count because that's just me trying to figure out how to be comfortable on stage. I would say probably the next hour I do probably a little quicker. Hopefully, like I'm thinking like a year and a half, 2 years, I might be able to have another one. Like right now I have about 10 minutes. That's doing pretty well. And then another 5 minutes. It's like, okay. And then I have like another 5, whatever-ish minutes. I just like, I haven't even said on stage really, but I kind of know they're funny. But yeah, it's just like, if you're starting out, you just got to get on stage as much as you can. Like there's no other advice. There's no shortcut. there's no to get good at comedy. Now, if you want to get famous, you could just, you can make a viral video, but to get good at stand up, you have to just get on stage and learn on stage. It's like if you're trying to learn how to play the guitar, you just have to stay home and blah, 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 for 24 hours. You'll get good.
The fuck was that?
I don't know. I have no musical ability.
Oh my god, that was crazy.
That's how I eat pussy.
Oh man, yo, is there any jokes you're tired of doing?
Yes, but I just finished them all. I just filmed my special, so they're all done. Yeah.
So fuck them.
now for everything I'm doing now, I'm actually excited about telling, but that'll get old soon.
So when's the next where can they find the special at?
So the special will most likely be on YouTube. We don't have an official release date. We're still editing it, but it will be on my YouTube most likely, unless Netflix wants to buy it, but they're not going to buy it. Hey,
listen, there's no, it's a writer's strike. Anything can happen, bro.
That's not a bad idea. Actually, if there's still a writer's strike in a couple months, maybe they will buy it. Well, bro, you know what I realized? Because like I said, I was making a shit ton of money and I was buying all this shit. And like the craziest thing is like when you're making money and you're buying shit that you were like, I can't do this, and then you still have like you just see your bank account and you have more money. You still have more money.
Going out buying the same shit again.
No, they stopped paying on Reels. Yeah, like they completely stopped paying on Reels. So all that money went away, and now my income is literally just from touring. I still get some Sirius XM residuals, but it's bad. And like I'm glad it happened though, because once it did happen, I had money. I still had a good amount of money where I was like, all right, let me, instead of buying fucking shoes from the guy who fucks Kylie Jenner, let me actually invest this in something in my career. And then I bought. Then I produced a special myself. I was like, I'm going to invest. And I became more like, all right, invest in your career. So I got like podcast equipment. I started investing more in getting people to do my editing, and got a publicist and stuff. Like, so I just did things that were for me rather than just for the shoes. But, it's hard though, man, with the shoes. I'm getting better at it now. Like, they have all these SB dunks that come out. I'm like, fuck, those look nice. And then I just like, dude, spend it on something better. Well, like anything Nike does is to make money. That's why like they're actually struggling. They can't really come up with a new thing. Like
because anything that's new, and everyone's gonna just look at it like, nah, just bring back the old shit.
Yeah,
there's no innovation. I think there's
nothing new.
There's no innovation at Nike.
Travis Scott's gonna have a new his own sneaker line, but even that is just like. Their whole thing is like, we're just gonna make 4 pairs, and no one, then the hype will go up.
Yeah, make it like really exclusive to get, so you can like go broke to get it.
And they literally just made them look like low top Yeezys. That's what they look like, the Travis Scott shoes. So it's like, but that's how people are. People love like comfort, what they know. If you're a person with new ideas or what, people just laugh at you, and it's not really because. Like you'll have somebody like, I like that. Like I got this the other day. I was doing this. I was auditioning for something for a podcast network, and my podcast is literally me just bullshitting. There's nothing prepared. I just blah 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 for 30 minutes.
It's like the 9th time you did that.
Yeah. I did it on stage yesterday too. Blah, blah, blah. I don't know what it's supposed to be, but it's like
you're trying to show a couple like females how you eat pussy.
It's my peacock. What is it? My mating call.
Your mating call is crazy. Yo, that's crazy.
I do eat pussy pretty well though. I got like I got tongue muscles. I chew a lot of gum.
That's the roll call. That's the year. Yo, so to wrap this up, where can they find you at? So like,
are we wrapping up?
Yeah.
Oh, so didn't you ask me a question or something? Whatever, doesn't matter.
No,
we covered it.
We covered everything.
Yeah, what haven't we covered? Again, I gave away my mating call, where we covered a lot.
So where can they find you? Where can they find you for the stand up? Where can the ladies DM you since you back outside of these single streets?
You can find me at Instagram and TikTok at Camachbro. That's CAMACHBRO. For my tour dates, jamescamacho.com. If you're a senior citizen, facebook.com/James Y. Camacho
if you're a senior citizen.
comedy. Yeah.
Yo, what you gonna do if a senior citizen just throws a can at you if he hears that joke? Fuck
I
you.
They better get close because they won't reach me probably so in the back. They throw it. They break. They pull their fucking ACL.
Senior citizens get cheaper tickets.
That is not for my show. We charge the senior citizens extra at my show.
Yo, you're being an ageist. That's funny. Like,
Yeah.
yo, there's really a complaint for anything.
I know. Well, that's not to go on this tirade. We can't go on these tirades. But they'll go viral maybe. But it's all this stuff. Most of it is just like listen. Like complaining's fine. I complain all the time. But at a certain point, you have to look inward and be like, all right, like I always talk about this with my trauma, my childhood trauma. It's like, okay, I grew up fucked up, but I can't use that as an excuse to be a dick or excuse to be lazy. It's like I gotta like get over it,
And own your shit, like,
and motivate myself to prove people wrong and like whatever. But people just go like, oh, I'm this and whatever. And then if you go, well, blah, 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 it's like, oh, you're just a whatever ageist, or you're just this, and
just
like
that. And
it's like no, okay. At a certain point, you just shut up, stop complaining, and do something. Like
do some shit about it.
Things are hard, but what do you're gonna live your whole life complaining and not do anything? Like really? Would you rather live a life where you actually try to make the best of it? Just think of it that way. But people like are so into like they just get so lost in like feeling bad for themselves. I go through it too, but. Anyway, so old people, Facebook.com, and what else is there? There's so many apps.
You could drop the Patreon, the OnlyFans.
Yeah, on my podcast, Kicking It with Camacho, where I just talk like this for 30 minutes, and then my Patreon is an extra content of this, and yeah. So yeah, the special will come out at some point. I guess when it comes out, I'll let you guys know the release date, and then we can plug it then.
What's the name of the special?
Oh, Mutt. The name of the special is Mutt.
Smut? So
Mutt. No, not Smut. Not Smut. Not Smut. That's what we're gonna be doing after this.
Yo, you're gonna come back. Oh my god.
I'll come back.
Yeah.